Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage once again stars Spyro, voiced by Tom Kenny, and all he wants to do is go on vacation with his dragonfly Sparks. Unfortunately, a trio of Elora, the Professor, and Hunter, voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris, Tom Kenny, and Robbie Damon respectively, hijacked his teleportation to bring him to their world known as Avalar. You see, a power-hungry mage by the name of Ripto got brought to Avalar thanks to Hunter being a big old dummy, and now Spyro has to clean things up due to our hero being a dragon and that apparently being the species they need. And well, Spyro does that by taking out Ripto and his two minions one by one, and that's basically the plot. Man, you gotta love it when the plot can be short and sweet. Not everything needs to be as deep as a BioWare RPG. You got some characters, they present themselves well enough, and the plot gets resolved cleanly. As for the gameplay, Spyro can charge with the square button, do a short-range fire attack with circle, jump with X, and if you hit it again, you can glide, and if you hit triangle, you can do a quick hover. It all works out pretty well, which is good because you'll need them in order to collect all the gems and complete the objectives needed to finish the game. The main thing you'll be doing is reaching the end of each level to collect talismans. That's right, unlike Spyro 1, these devs made damn sure you at least look at the exit portal. On top of that, you'll need to collect orbs in order to unlock certain doors and levels throughout the game, including the final boss. One of the more annoying aspects of the game is that some moves are locked behind this capitalist jackoff Moneybags, voiced by JB Blanc. So if you want to swim underwater, climb a ladder, or do a ground pound, then you'll have to pony up some cash. And here's how it's really bullshit. So in the first level, you gotta climb a ladder in order to access a power-up to do an orb mission, except you don't get the climb ability until the second hub world. I will never ever for the life of me understand why they did this in the first level unless they really want to teach players to not anticipate completing any levels on their first run through, which is just a big stark contrast from the previous game. And while I'm ranting, this one mission we have to attack these thieves who keep stealing lightning stones that power up this generator for the local populace is given a 4 out of 5 for difficulty by the game. Let me assure you, it's not difficult at all, just really friggin' tedious as hell. This is due to the fact that you can only attack one thief at a time, and there's 10 of these bastards. 10! And it just goes on and on and on. Most of the other objectives are fine enough except for this one in Breeze Harbor. Oh yeah, I'm going there. Trouble with the trolley? You god dang right there is! This could 100% be a skill issue on my part, but my goodness is this objective a real pain in the ass. I know there are several Spyro experts that can play this one blindfolded on their first try with zero issue, however, I am not among them. The pacing is good at the very least, due to the game not needing the player to even come close to completing the game in order to finish it. In fact, I fully skipped getting the orbs in a few levels and was still able to get the minimum super easily. The boss fights can be hit or miss though. The first one against Crush is basic but well enough, it serves its purpose at being a first boss fight. Gulp on the other hand can eat a box full of barbed wire. Once again, this could be a skill issue on my part, but my goodness is he a bitch to fight. Two main things. One, if your aim isn't perfect, then you're going to miss even with attacks you could swear were on the borderline homing variety. And two, he can use the health pickups to heal himself, thus prolonging this battle. Fuck that nonsense. Ripto on the third hand? Question mark? He's the most perfectly balanced of the bunch. Not a pushover, not too difficult, just perfect. Also, beating him just feels cathartic, and that's always a sign of a good boss fight. My favorite change from 1 to 2 is how overworlds are treated. Instead of being enemy-filled levels unto themselves, they're instead a calm break from all the combat. There's still gems and orbs to find, but it all feels just so chill. The presentation of Spyro 2 is another pretty powerful positive for this remarkable remake. Each level begins and ends with what can only be described as a very Looney Tunes style cutscene, and some of the humor can be rather dark for what many consider a kid's game. The level design is yet one more check in the W column for Spyro 2. Each one looks unique, and the same goes for the NPCs which inhabit them. And props to the developers over at Toys for Bob for doing an amazing job of bringing the vision of Insomniac over into the realm of HD. Even in 2025, this 2018 video game looks absolutely amazing. Overall, Spyro 2 is still a classic in the franchise. Whether you're playing the PS1 original or this remake, you're going to have an amazing time. The story is a fun romp, the gameplay is ageless, and the presentation is perfection. However, Moneybags can still go to Helheim.